Hey everybody, so here's the first of a few videos on the tutorials for how to figure out the flats, how to figure out the sharps, as well as the transpositions. So we'll do that in that order because that's what you need to know first. I encourage all of you guys to also make sure you check your first semester study guide. That has all the information in it that talks about how to figure out the flats, how to figure out the sharp key signatures. So please make sure you review that as well, but I'll do that with you right now. So let's start off with the flats. First of all, you have to always make sure that you remember the order of flats, then the order of sharps. Bead, GCF, and then fat cats going down alleys eating birds is another acronym for that, but they're just spelled backwards. Bead goes one way, then the sharps go the other way. Don't worry about the transposition chart just yet, so let's talk about the flats. This is an example of one of the questions you might see on the final exam. How many flats are in the key of E flat? We know it's an E flat or it's a flat key signature because E flat is in the name. If there wasn't a flat in the name of the key signature and it was just E, that means it's going to be a sharp key signature. So with that being said, the first thing that we need to do is figure out what key signature we're talking about, which is E flat. Then you go over here to your order of flats. We know how many flats are going to be in the key signature based off of we find E flat in the order, B then E, and you go one beyond it for the flats, A, that, and then count up, 1, 2, 3. There's going to be 3 flats in that key signature. So if this question is how many flats are in the key of E flat, your answer is going to be 3. Those specific flats are B flat, E flat, then A flat. And we always start counting up from the very beginning and go straight towards the right in the order, okay? Let's do another one real quick. What if it said, how many flats are in the key of, let's say, the key of G flat, a little harder one. Really, it's not that much harder, you just have to go farther beyond in your order. We go back over to our order of flats that you're gonna write down on your final exam, and you find G flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there it is. Then you have to go one beyond it for the order of flats. C flat, that's number 6. So the answer to this one is 6, okay? Also, what you may want to remember is this is also showing you which notes are flat. So when we do the transpositions later on and we have to add all the note names to, or the note names and the flats or sharps, that's going to tell you which ones you need to actually make flat or sharp, okay? So that's the order of flats, that's how you figure it out, and just keep in mind, there is only one key signature that does not have flat in the name, and that is the key of F. So if you saw how many flats are in the key of F, the answer is going to be 1, because that's the only one that has just one flat, and that flat would be B flat. Some students have said before, well, you could look at it in the order, which you technically can do. You can find F in the order and go one beyond, but really one beyond takes you back to the beginning of the order. So the only flat then becomes B flat, 1. Next, the only key signature, and I think everyone, this is common knowledge, if you saw how many flats are in the key of C, obviously the answer is 0. There are 0 flats, and in fact, if I put sharps up there, which I'll do right now because we're going to switch to a video on sharps, how many sharps are in the key of C? The answer is still 0. C is the only key signature with no sharps, no flats. It's also the non-transposing instrument family. So this answer would be 0. All right, be right back for another video on the sharps.